Welcome to the 2025. What month are we in? September ban list. We've been waiting for this ban list for a very long time, and ultimately we have been waiting for the reaction because
that is so true.
That is what ban lists are all about. It's about reacting. It's not about playing the Yu-Gi-Oh card. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so it's been a long morning. I already tried to get the Joey shoes so I could be Joey Wheeler in real life. And of course, it's this whole like weird situation where you have to get in this queue. And of course, nobody actually gets the shoes that they actually want, even though they cost $210, which is an absolutely ridiculous price for shoes to begin with. And then you have to wait and then never get the thing that you want. So I've already had that happen this.
Dude, what are we talking about?
Morning.
This is already off to a banger ass start.
I didn't get the Joey shoes. I'm gonna have to pay $500 on stock.
He's still talking about the shoes
or eBay or whatever. And then of course I'm about to walk out the door. I'm literally leaving. I was leaving. I was bringing everything down to the car to leave. And then of course I see ban list stuff. So ban list reaction. I couldn't leave the state before doing a ban list reaction because.
Do you know how much the Joey shoes are going for? $600.
This is the most important thing that I do. It's ban list reactions. I mean, it's not openings. It's not master duel. It's none of that. It's ban list reactions. That's why I'm here. It's the TCG. That is how I make my living. That's how I make the bread.
That's true.
The ban list.
That's literally true.
So here we go. Why does this ad blocker keep popping up? I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't matter. Okay, let's switch on over so you can actually see the screen because that wouldn't be the first time that I've done that. I thought I had this set up. Oh wait, here we go. Turn that on. And yeah, this is live, by the way. You guys getting excited? That is the wrong.
Oh shit, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Raid Shadow Legends?
That's the wrong one. How about that one? Okay, boom. Live production because otherwise we don't have time to get edited. It's live. It's right now. The ban list is out. You guys can play with this ban list. Well, actually not yet. Not until September 15th. So you have 3 days. Start with the unlimits. I got a little tiny peek at this picture. So I saw a glow up bulb, which, I mean, glow up bulb came out like 25 years ago. So what is there a really big deal? Masterpiece, the Drew Draco Slaying King. They already like unbanned this guy and then they moved him to 2 and yada, yada, yada. It's Masterpiece.
He's actually killing it so far. Honestly, he's actually killing it so far.
He's in a really old deck. Yeah, sure, he's a great card. He's really cool. He has 2950, so he loses to Blue Eyes. So.
That's also correct. Yep.
I mean, come on, and that's, you know, half the time. All right, Morphing Jar. We finally have a Dual Monsters card.
He's like, thank God I know this one.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, since we're, you know, let's get a little crazy. That didn't work. Let's just get a little crazy here since it's on Twitter. Morphing Jar has finally returned. Is anyone going to be playing Empty Jar? I don't know. Is anyone going to try to Cyber Jar, Morphing Jar? Because Cyber Jar is at what, 2 or something like that? I don't know. So Morphing Jar is back. You get your TP2 Morphing Jars, get your Jinzo Jars.
Okay, he knows an expensive card. Morphing Jar is an expensive TP.
Probably going to win the YCS, and then next year probably going to win that. So
probably.
Yeah, very amazing. Phantom Sky Blaster, cool. Legendary Collection GX, Secret Rare.
He knows ball when it comes to rarities.
Very nice. Snake Eye Ash. About time. I mean, come on, Snake Eye. Yeah. Seriously? People are still playing that?
Yeah.
That's not even good in Master Duel anymore.
Now, wait, he's right.
Snake Eye Ash, Snake Eye
he
Poplar.
knows.
Yeah, okay. So Snake Eye, not that relevant because guess what? The new and improved cards, like the Blue Eyes deck, I mean, just dominates this deck, right?
That's
Obviously.
true. That's
Blue
definitely
Eyes,
true.
Blue Eyes and that other thing, the Primites. Yeah.
Yeah.
Better. Okay,
oh, yeah.
No, but seriously, let's keep going. Dragonic Diagram. So that and Masterpiece are back. So there you go, Draco fans. All right, very cool. Lightning Storm. I didn't even realize this was limited.
It wasn't.
War Breakers, I guess. They're pretty good. This thing now has 9,000 prints, so you're going to be able to get all 3 of yours for about 50 cents each. So that's good
that
news.
Is true,
if you want
yeah.
To 3 Lightning Storm, it's not going to cost you an arm and leg anymore. It's going to cost you nothing because of Rarity Collection 25. Zodiac Barrage. Zodiac. Wow, that is an old deck. That's actually that relevant, huh? Zodiacing. Okay, yeah, I love that. Love that card. Love everything about it. Yep. No, I don't. No. Okay, next, semi-limited branded fusion. That's the only thing. Wait. Branded fusion? I thought branded was trash. Sorry, branded fans. Yeah. Yeah, this is
they're bringing it back.
Look, branded fusion.
Yeah.
Here's why this is relevant. Okay, this either went from 3 to 2, and that's because it was too powerful, or it went from 1 to 2.
He's like hedging his bets here
because it wasn't powerful enough. Okay.
Yep, that's true.
Let's go to the limited cards. Here's where it gets serious. All right, Ryziel. Okay, Ryziel, new popular, yada yada deck. Very cool. Very awesome.
Oh yeah.
Very powerful. So that's why that's
very
gotta be
powerful.
limited.
Yeah.
Malice, Dormouse. Look, half these cards, I'm pretty sure we're in the Mega Tins. So like, all right, time to check these off. Let's get these limited now. Now that we've reprinted
These
them,
were not in the
everybody
Mega
bought Well,
Tins.
some people bought the Mega Tins. Not that many people bought the Mega Tins. So let's get these out. Malice, goodbye. We got all the new cool stuff coming out in Doom and Dimension and whatever that next set's called. It's like something.
Oh, were they actually
Avengers or something? Phantom Avengers. Yeah, we got to get all this crap out of here. Now that all the old stuff. Goodbye. We reprinted you. You can go. Vanquish Soul. Same thing. It's like, yeah, we got some value out of you. It's time to limit you. Lacrima. This was banned, I think. So this is actually. Here's the problem. First of all, I'm a ban list expert, so don't.
Yeah, that's
too
true.
Crazy.
That is
then
correct.
There's two ban lists. There's Master Duel and there's the TCG. So wow, they're really trying to confuse me here. But Lacrima, this can come back now because of the new time rules.
Oh my God! Wait, he actually. Wait, he's spinning. Wait, he's correct.
The match ends.
He's literally
correct.
correct.
You can't just get to that last part and then, well, all right, we're in extra time. Whoever gets the first damage wins. And you Lacrima, guess what? It can come back now because that can't really happen as
He's
easily.
actually
So
right. Wow, he knows ball.
I see what you're doing, Konami. I see what you're doing. And Link Karibo! It's about time. Link Karibo returns from the depths of destruction. The legend. He is finally here. A level 1 Link 1 has finally returned to the field. And he can be summoned. And he can, when you declare an attack, make the attack damage 0. And then he can tribute it, or he can tribute a level 1 to come back from the graveyard. And he can do it all over again.
He can.
Wow, that's amazing.
He can do it all over again. Do
Summon
it 15
Sorceress.
times all over again.
You're going to summon this sorceress? Yeah, you are. Okay, Herald of the Arclight.
Summon Sorceress? You got to summon this Sorceress?
in
Yeah, you are.
2025?
Moving on.
Kind of crazy. It almost feels like the Duelist Genesis is just released. Herald of the Arclight, limited to 1. Just such an amazing card. Wow, it's Herald, it's Arcan.
Yeah.
Zodiac drop. Wow, why are all these Zodiac cards banned? Or like
Good
even
question.
on here? The
Good question.
Xyz are just running rampant, huh? The Zodiac Trident.
Oh, he
I
thinks
remember the
it was
good
a
old
3.
days when it was like Zodiac thing, attack directly, then put on Zeus on top of them.
That's the good old days to
materials,
Ruxin.
blow up everything.
Ruxin's
then
good
they
old
try to
days
change
is
you, blow
Borbo.
up everything again because you got 4 materials. Yeah, good times. Crystron Inclusion. I'm including this in my video, Crystron Inclusion.
He does not know what this card is. He does not know what this card is.
But I have never heard of this card in my life, except for that time when I heard of it. Obedient School. Now this has like the big the behemoth, the king of all animals on there.
Nope, it's Fabled Cerberell, right? Yeah.
You guys like my reaction? Whatever his name is. I just recently, actually, I was supposed to post this today, my Wheeled Anime video with Doug Dizif, King of Wheels, where I played as, come on, Jaden, I totally like, totally licious.
What is he talking about? Is this his Chumley?
Come on, Jaden, I totally like, totally licious, man. I gotta summon my big koala. I can't remember exactly. Something like that. It's kind of how his voice goes.
I'm totally licious, man. Let me actually, is that correct? I don't know what Chumley really sounds like. Is he always saying shit like that? Oh, that's okay. Yeah, no.
Every card in your hand, Koala hits you for 400 points.
That's pretty close.
And now that reminds me of all the cards I was looking at doing that episode yesterday. So that's going to come out tomorrow. Sorry, Banlist ruined that for all you Wheeled Anime fans. But Obedient School, very cool. Stake your soul. I don't think I will, actually. You know? With my record in dueling, I think it'd probably be a bad idea to stake my soul. I'm not going to lie. If I had the Joey Wheeler shoes, though, and I had that luck, Nike, I'm talking to you. If I had those Joey Wheeler shoes, I could probably stake my soul. But guess what? You got a stupid drop that I entered in the first 10 seconds. And guess what? I still didn't get nothing. I didn't get nothing. I didn't get the drop, okay? I'm annoyed with Nike, Nike. Don't even think about trying to sponsor me, okay? I know you wanted to, Nike. Solemn Judgment. Judgment? At 1?
Cardi knows.
Whoa. Solemn Judgment. Wow. It's crazy how 2002 staple. That thing has lasted until 2025. It's still on the ban list. That shows you just how good that card was. Pay half your life points. At the time, you're like, 4,000 life points? That's insane. There's no way I'm going to do that. It's still good in 23 years. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how good it is. All right, the forbidden cards. Here's where it gets serious. Here's where it gets serious, everybody. Everybody ready? Drum roll, please.
Yeah, here we go.
I got to go to Atlanta Collecticon, so we got to hurry up. What's it going to be? Who got banned? Is it... We didn't get Pot of Greed back. Maybe next time. 4 cards. Moon of the Closed Heaven. Okay, wait. Interesting, because we did a lot with that Snake Eye stuff, unbanning stuff, and they're like, Moon, yeah, you're gonna... I guess that's Fiendsmith's and Snake Eye. That's irrelevant these days. Okay, well, Splash sort of. Mage. The Mage be splashing. Link 2. Very powerful card. That's why it's banned. That's why I had to ban it.
No, that's true.
A little too powerful because it's splashing. It's maging. King of the Feral Imps. Really? This card again? King of the Feral Imps? Yugi? Yugi was that powerful. He was ahead of his time. Now we're banning King of the Feral Imps. In Yugi's day, he was just playing Feral Imps.
Oh, okay.
His Feral Imp had a horn, and it was a normal 1300 attack monster, okay?
That's true.
And he was straight up using it. He could use as many as he wanted. He didn't have it on the ban list. Another instance of Yugi cheating back in the ass. Crazy. All right, number 67, Paradise Smasher. Okay, I got beef with this. I pulled 2 of these suckers in Collector Rare, and they were worth less. They were worth like $7. I don't know.
He is right. The Paradise Smasher CR. Let me see if I can find it. Number 67. It is a $2.50 collector's rare.
I don't know if I even sold them for $7. And it's forbidden? It was that good of a card and I couldn't sell it for $7? What is happening? Justice Hunters. I thought I pulled a crappy card because it was like $30 on pre-release and I put it on $30. And then when it first came out, and then bam, it was down to $7. I'm like, this card must be horrible. Well, apparently not. It's forbidden. Are you serious? Once returned during your main phase, you can detach 2 materials from this card. Each player rolls a 6-sided die twice. The player with the higher total cannot activate monster effects or declare an attack until the end of the turn. Speaking of Joey Wheeler, it all comes full circle. If I had the shoes and I had Paradise Smasher, I would never lose a duel. I could stake my soul. I could throw out King of the Feral Imps or just regular Feral Imps like Yugi. This is insane. Once per turn, if either player rolls a 6-sided die, I can't read that says because it says example above it. While this card is material, you can treat one of the results as 7. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, so it's kind of random, but I guess if you have a card that like makes it work every time, then you literally turn off all effects, which is yeah, that's good. That's really good if you can't use effects in Yu-Gi-Oh! 2025. Absolutely insane ban list. Crazy stuff. Let's see what the comments had to say. Triff said, "Hi, did you forget a link 2 with 1800 attack by chance?" No, they didn't. They didn't forget anything. It's on here. They would have shown us. If they
Thanks for the insight, Ruxin.
Then we would know, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Dying for the sins of K9. There's not a single K9 card on here. They're probably
That's actually also true.
Is, but they don't say K9. Okay. Branded Fusion to 2. Let's go. Okay, I just figured out Branded Fusion went from 1 to 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, now he knows where it came from.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's the list. I think we had a very powerful analysis there. I think this is going to shape how you guys duel in the future.
Oh, yeah.
The meta.
Oh,
Good
for
luck
sure.
On all your future YCSs, your regionals, your locals, and of course, Nats and Worlds next year. Because everything I said right here is going to be the origin of how you win. So you're going to start here and it just like grows and it becomes, oh yeah, it all started at that point in the what do they call it? The multiverse, you know, all of the universes collided at this point right here. And all these times, like you losing at your locals, your X2, you drop, your X3 at regional. Oh, they changed the time rules. All that stuff is all in these different time paths. And they're all colliding into one moment was when you watch this video and you become a great duelist in the future and you win everything. You win YCS, you top 8 because that's the only top cut there is anymore. And then you go all the way to the championship and you become the next Jesse Cotton. You're welcome. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys. Oh, subscribe next time. Peace.
Good. Really good. Fantastic. Oh, Peeps has one. Oh, he didn't make one. Never mind. I guess he didn't make one. Oh, yes, he did.
So
25 minutes? I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of time.
Actions for some reason or another, and who knows, maybe there's some fun stuff on this list. Fun fact, I was going on the Konami website to find the list. In true form, they haven't updated it on their actual fucking website yet, thanks, so we get their fucking Twitter post, and that kind of ruins the fun, because there's, it's not as, like, revealing this way. So it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get right into it, because we already got a obvious one here, and I also started, like, recording thinking it was the list, and I'm like, wait a minute, I swore they hit these cards last list. Turns out because it was the old fucking list. Anyway, so here's our
Okay, so Alex also does not play TCG.
bands. We have our bands all out here immediately. We have Moon of the Closed Heaven, we have Splash Mage, we have King of the Fairlimps, and of course, we have our card here, the Paradise Smasher. I am so happy Moon of the Closed Heaven is banned because every fucking deck that can just make this card has access to full Fiendsmith combo, and I think that is fucking stupid, especially because it is just, like, so easy to play through shit when you know you can just keep 2 monsters on the board and make Moon, and then it's just like, oh, now I have full combo, like, in another access. Like, it's just fucking dumb. Like, I'm so happy that they banned this card. Splash Mage is a big one for, like, Malice. Splash Mage is an incredibly strong card. It's funny because, like, they're obviously not going to go after, like, the Malice cards because they're, like, too new, so they're like, okay, what other cards can we hit around Malice because we need to keep selling
He doesn't know.
Malice. And Splash Mage is obviously one of, like, the collateral damage hits here. I think Splash Mage is pretty good for what it's worth, but, like, it's kind of like the choke point of the combo in a lot of ways, too, because, like, with Malice, you don't really go after the monsters, you go after their links, and that's, like, sort of, like, their choke point. So, like, banning Splash Mage, that was just, like, a free material for
I don't think that's true, but, you know, who knows?
them.
Maybe
So,
it is true.
Like I said, I feel like this is collateral damage because they can't, like, hit Malice. Like, they might have limited stuff, but they're not gonna, like, ban it outright. So I think it's a good hit, though. I mean, at least it just, like, makes it way less recursive in a lot of ways. King of the Fairlimps is banned. That is interesting. And then Paradise Smasher. Smasher is a card that a lot of people just want to ban because it's a turn skip, right? It's fucking stupid. And this was a card that you read it and there's like, okay, at one point there's going to be a deck that Paradise Smasher is, like, going to be broken. And of course, then they release, like, K9, and then of course it's broken, right? So it was only, like, a matter of time until someone figured out a degenerate way to, like, abuse this card. And I'm glad they hit this because I think this was, like, a card that, for the most part, if you talk about people about the current format in Yu-Gi-Oh!, a lot of people have actually been enjoying the game. And so this was, like, one of the few cards that, like, people all collectively agreed was fucking dumb and needed to get hit. And in actual form, Konami hit it. So good for them. King of the Fairlimps, I have zero idea why they hit this, to be honest with you, because, again, I've been out of Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! If there's some, like, crazy combo, please let me know in the comments, because, again, this is just one I have no idea why they hit. Granted, it can search any reptile in the game. That's pretty fucking good. It's not like it's level restricted or anything. It's not like a once per turn per copy, so, like, you can make multiple. I'm sure there's some, like, degenerate reason they banned this card, but, like, I'm just out of the loop that I just don't know why they hit it. So if anyone wants to tell me in the comments, I would appreciate it, because I'm not afraid to say that I don't know. Anyway, limits. Holy fuck, that's a lot of limitations. Okay, well...
He's like, all right, I literally have no idea.
See, I was right. They did limit...
I don't know what a Mitsurugi is. Fuck it.
Malice, but they're not going to just ban it outright, right? You know, they still need to, like, sell their cards. Anyway, so we have X Ryziel, Malice. Oh, I'm gonna try to not read what's below and try to just, like, go one at a time. So Ryziel got another hit. I believe last list they, like, semi-limited a bunch of the Ryziels, and now we've limited one. Again, we're kind of like just, you know, we can't ban these cards outright, so we're gonna, like, you know, try to just restrict them as best we can. Maybe we'll ban them, like, next list or something like that. But makes sense, just, like, reducing Ryziel's consistency because the deck is just so fucking consistent. You know, if you have less names, then there's, like, a less likelihood that that's the case. Sure. Dormouse makes sense. This is the best opener for Malice that you could possibly have, and so now, like, you can obviously still get it, like, from the deck, but now you only have one copy. So now if you're gonna, like, do anything like Allure of Darkness or, like, Gold Sark or anything like that, at least you only have the one. So it makes, like, the follow up a lot less punishing in that case. So I think it's definitely a consistency hit for sure, but the deck still has the ability to do all that stuff until we see, you know, other shit, right? Obviously, I haven't gotten down lower here. Vanquish Soul, Razen. Okay, makes sense because K9 Vanquish Soul is
Razen.
So again, just kind of a consistency hit.
Like,
it's funny
for a
we're
bow?
not hitting K9 because it's way too new, but hitting, like,
His name
Razen
is
because, you know, Vanquish Soul's pretty
Raisin.
old at this point makes sense. Lacrima, didn't they ban Lacrima? I think, but I mean, if Moon is gone, then, like, it doesn't
it's
matter because
Lacrimer.
now not every deck just has access to Fiendsmith combo, so, like, makes sense. Link Haribo's back, which is very funny. They hit this because of Snake Eyes format specifically, and it's funny because now that, like, Snake Eyes isn't really a deck, like, yeah, you can still play it, but it's not nearly, like, you know, it wasn't like the fucking powerhouse it was, you know, a couple years back. With that deck sort of gone, like, Link Haribo's back, I think it's probably fine. Like, people are only playing one copy of this anyway, to be honest. Like, so the limitation here doesn't really matter. They could have put it to 3, and people probably still just play the 1. It's a very annoying card in the sense that, like, it can dodge effects and, like, do a lot of really powerful things. But, you know, if there isn't really, like, a level 1 deck right now that, like, just can abuse it like Snake Eyes could, like, it's probably fine to come back. Summon Sorceress is also coming back here. This makes sense because I believe it has its errata at this point, so it's not nearly as broken as it used to be. I don't think, you know, like, maybe some decks could take advantage of it, but it's not nearly, like, the powerhouse it used to be. So, like, this is probably fine. I wouldn't be surprised if she goes to, like, fucking 3 next list because no one's going to play her. Herald of the Arclight going to 1 as well is kind of interesting. I feel like the decks that play Herald were already playing one of this card anyway. Like, yeah, sure, like, if you're playing, like, a ritual deck, you might play more of it because you can, like, send it off, like, you know, different cards. But, like, This is an interesting one. I feel like this limitation doesn't really do anything, but maybe I'm mistaken. It's hard for me to say because, like I said, I'm not like super well versed with what's going on in the format currently. But I feel like this card being at 1 doesn't really change much. I feel like most decks just played 1 of it anyway, unless you're like specifically like a ritual deck and you can send it off of like extra foolish burial or like random
He doesn't know.
shit like that, you know? Like, that's like the only other thing I can think of. Trident! Trident is back! Trident got banned, and then unbanned, and then rebanned, and then it looks like Trident is back once again. Zoo lovers rejoice. One Trident is still pretty damn good. I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing, like, Zoo make this massive resurgence or anything, but Trident's back. Cool. Sick. Crystron Inclusion. I know that, like, Crystron K9 is also a deck, but I'm not sure if that is, like, a hit that actually matters, but I think that deck is pretty good. Obedient Schooled is another pretty strong one. I feel like Obedient School is another card in the category similar to Paradise Smasher, where in old Yu-Gi-Oh, you were kind of like limited on how much you could do with Obedient School, right? Because people,
I mean, that card
days,
was
like,
always crazy strong.
That was like really the only deck that would. But now we're at the point where, you know, there are decks that can take advantage of a card like this and do way more compared to what you could do like 10 years ago with a card like this, because it gives you 3 bodies, right? Like, it's crazy. So like, I can understand why they would limit this card. I feel like limitations are so weird sometimes though, because then it just feels like your opponent sacked you because it's like, oh, I opened the 14% one of that's gonna like play through everything or just like give me an insane starting setup. And so I feel like limitations are always like walking this fine line between the binary world of like they should just ban it because it's like too good, or they should unlimit it because like it feels like less sacky if you only have one of it, right? It's like a weird like philosophy thing, but interesting. Stake Your Soul makes sense because again, Vanquish Soul being like one of the best decks, and not too surprising. And then Solemn Judgment. This is really interesting. Like Solemn has gone all over the fucking ban list throughout its history, and now we're putting it back to 1. I actually don't hate this because Solemn Judgment's role at this point has basically become play Solemn Judgment in the side deck, and then when you know you're going first in games 2 or 3, you bring in Solemn Judgment and you basically just use Solemn Judgment to like ensure your opponent just like can't play the game. And at 3, like if you're opening multiple copies and you do a setup, and even if your opponent interrupts you, as long as you end on like a half decent board, if you back that up with like a couple Solemn Judgments, like you literally just blank 2 cards that your opponent has, and typically it's the best 2 cards that they have. Like you're going to be stopping the board breakers, right? You're going to be stopping like the most powerful cards that they have, like triple tack and like things like that, to be able to actually fight back, evenly matched, like just anything like that, you know? And so the fact that Judgment just blanks those essentially, depending on like what other deck you're playing or anything like that.
Okay.
Discussion boarding has just become, at least in Yu-Gi-Oh, sideboarding for the most part, cards that have been hit historically. So like if you're first blow your pack, choose to just whether you're going silver bullet, you know, when the game was on, because the main limited overall, but it is what it is. All right. Next up, semi-limited. This is so fucking funny to me. 1 card. I will say I'm a fan of this because I hate the semi-limited list. I think it is the dumbest fucking concept, period. Some people might argue, oh, from like a consistency perspective, like cards like, you know, Mali or Rapier or whatever, like deserve to be here. I just think keep it at 3 or 1. Like, I don't think the semi-limited list really does anything for the most part. Simply just like a
semi-limited abolition.
I do like cards, excuse me. They're like, oh, you know, we don't want to put this to 3 yet, so let's put it to semi-limited first. And then they always typically next list put it to 3 because like it doesn't do anything. Brand Fusion, I believe, was limited, and so now it's going to semi, but I could be thinking of Master Duel where it's limited because we have fucking 3 different formats, and it just confuses the shit out of me.
It's not limited
so this either went from 3 to 2 or 1 to 2. I'm pretty sure it went from 1 to 2. Branded has not particularly been like a deck that's been at the forefront of the metagame, although you can still play it, and especially if you're on Master Duel, you will still see it plenty. But this is like Branded Fusion's an insane card, so like, you know, there's some ulterior limits. Holy crap, there is a lot of them. Okay, so we have Glow Up Bulb. Wasn't Glow Up Bulb banned?
Yeah.
Or was it at 1?
I think it was.
I can't even
1.
remember. Like, I remember they banned Bulb because in Link format, like they were just banning like everything that was like a Hulk target back in the day. So like Bulb was kind of like the collateral damage there. So it's been so long, I don't even remember. I think it's been banned this whole time, and they just straight up put it to 3. That's really interesting. Like, I feel like there is actually decks that could play Glow Up, especially because Link Karibo's legal again, right? Like, there is an argument that you could play Glow Up Bulb.
And Link Karibo's back.
Masterpiece is legal. That is like not a surprise. I think the OCG. Wait, did they? Wasn't it unbanned last list? Or am I crazy? Oh no, it went to
3.
That's because if we're looking at this game on fucking fundamentally fucked up card, and I just don't think it should exist, even if it's not played today. I just think like why would we want this type of card in the game? So that is what it is. Morphing Jar. Who the fuck's playing Morphing Jar in 2025? Like, I know there's degenerate stuff you can do with it. Like back in old Link format.
Let's watch that Gauge one. How do I do the Gauge one? I have to go to Nim Nim. Right? That's the only way I can do it.
Is actually quite good. Like Striker Trickstar played this card because it was just free Link material, because if you went like Hornet Drones to get a monster, and then you could like Sky Blaster, and because you control another monster, you make 2 tokens, so you have like 4 Link worth of material. It's just kind of a dated card. There's an argument that it could potentially see play, but like I think it's just too slow with how fast Yu-Gi-Oh has gotten, because this card was limited / banned back in limited. I don't think it ever got banned. This card was limited back in 2017, 2018. So we're talking about like a 7-year-old. I mean, it was obviously printed before that, but it wasn't really good back in the day. So we're talking about a card that hasn't really seen play in 7 years. I don't, like, it's a good card, don't get me wrong, but I think Yu-Gi-Oh is just like far eclipsed what Phantom Sky Blaster's purpose is. Ash and Poplar are at 3 again. So I said what I said about Link Karibo not knowing that Ash and Poplar are back at 3. That's interesting. I think we still have things that are hit, because isn't the dragon still banned? I think it is. I think they banned the dragon. I can't remember its name. But if the dragon is still banned, I don't think this is that concerning. Maybe there's a way to make this work, but I don't think so. Diagram going to 3 is like in the same vein as Masterpiece. Like, who gives a shit? I'm kind of surprised that card was still like on the list at all. Lightning Storm going to 3, another one that's kind of gone all over the place. Fine, it's another board breaker. Like, we have Raigeki at 3, so like if you're gonna like go board wipe, like Raigeki's arguably better, but Lightning Storm has the modality.
What
which is,
does
like,
anyone
lights,
know what
it has its
gauge
purpose,
stream
so,
it was on?
You know, it's kind of going back to the argument with the side decking. Like, people just side deck Lightning Storm to blow out their opponent either with like the front row with monsters or back row if they're a back row deck. So like, you know, whatever. But we have Duster and Heavy Storm and Raigeki at 3, so like, why not just put Lightning Storm at 3 too at that point, right? We just have all the board like breaking shit just being at max capacity, and then Barrage going to 3. That is actually very interesting for Zoo. I still think Zoo is not going to make this like crazy resurgence or anything. However, having 3 Barrage is at least like a tool that it could use potentially.
Barfa
but
literally
I think it's just past its
lied.
prime. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh's just gotten so crazy now that
I
I don't
got.
think you're going to be doing like, you know, Zeus pass or like Trident pass most of the time. Like, yeah, like there's a bit more nuance to Zoo than that, but I think it's kind of past its prime. But who knows? I could be wrong. So that is it. Overall, this is a huge list. We have 4.
Oh man. Let's check out Danny. He did not upload one. Wait, is it on Luke Von Karma Adventures? No, that's just MasterChef. 12K on him reacting to MasterChef? That's nuts. He did it yesterday? Wait, what the fuck? Why'd he do it yesterday? You could do mine. I'm good. I'm all right. There's no fun in doing the Peeps one because he's going to actually know what's going on. But we could check it out.
So we're going to start with the boring stuff, but I want to at least talk about it. Okay, the Unlimiteds. So Glow Up Bulb Unlimited, cool. I guess that's fine, right? I don't anticipate any big issues with Glow Up Bulb being at 3. I guess it's pretty cool for like the Synchro decks, plus it has that nil effect, which is pretty neat. Masterpiece at 3 is fine, it doesn't matter. It was arguable if you even, like how many we even played in True Draco, so who cares?
2.
Morphing Jar at 3, whatever. Phantom Sky Blaster, I called that this could, I think like a couple lists ago I talked about this on stream, that doesn't matter at all. Like the link climbing cards are just getting worse and worse because archetypes are just so strong now. Anyway, Snake Eye Ash and Snake Eye Poplar at 3, I actually really like this. I think this is really cool. The Snake Eye cards without original Sinful Spoils are huge. I think that's awesome. I think this deck is actually I think the deck is really neat without original Sinful Spoils. So these cards at 3, totally fine. I think Snake Eye as like a Promethean Princess control link strategy is really cool. I like that these are bad. Diagram at 3 might have some implications. There's really good stuff that like really neat stuff you can do with this card. I think like the True Draco support, this one felt obvious, right? We knew they were putting True Draco support in the future, but it's important
the
for
True
like,
Draco
Dinosaur,
support, by the
right?
way,
Like,
is not
Dinosaur
great.
Really
We'll make a TMT on it, but it doesn't do a whole lot.
Pop, like Baby Ceresaurus in hand like that matters.
It makes it more
Between 1 and 3
consistent.
really is a big deal for something like that. And we still have Terraforming, we still have Set Rotation, so I'm not saying Dino is going to be like a huge deck or anything. I just think it is.
The
this is gonna have
continuous
some
spell is
implications
the
and
good
it's
one.
going to help a lot. Lightning Storm at 3, thank you. This card being at 2 was the dumbest thing in the world. I hated that this card was
I don't
at
know
2.
why
Lightning
they
Storm
had
at
it
3 is
at
so
2.
much better, and this is absolutely the better direction than Heavy Storm. I really did not want them to bring Heavy Storm back because it's just another activatable, huge like back row sweep card. And the fact that Lightning Storm is a once per turn is a big deal, and it just makes sense for it to be at 3. I really like that this is at 3. Also, Barrage is at 3. If they brought Trident back to this list, I don't know what to say. Maybe they did, but I don't know. This is the first thing I've seen from it, so it probably means nothing, but whatever, you know. Okay. Lol. All right. I mean, they're gonna peel this card off the list, and it's probably fine for them to do so. They got more branded support coming out, so
He said,
you know,
peel
branded
this
W,
card off
I
the
guess.
list.
Here you
That's
go.
a cool way to
Branded it
describe
too.
it.
Sure. Like what?
It's like peeling
I'm sure
back
there's
your
like, okay, what are
foreskin.
the implications for this? It means that like the things that search branded fusion, you might not want to hit those anymore with imperms and veilers. Whatever. Who cares? You got 2 branded fusion. Whatever. Oh.
We were all thinking it. You didn't have to say it. Okay, sure.
Okay. Okay. Let's discuss some of this.
X to the
Ryziel?
everything, Ryziel.
At 1, phenomenal. This card was way too good. Even to this day, this
It
card
is
is still
crazy
insane.
strong.
X Ryziel
It's so
is
good.
so strong, and the Mitsu Ryziel deck was on the rise back in the format. People were starting to play that deck again because
they were
Droll
poor.
kind of not being in the metagame.
'Cause they're
and
poor.
It was on the up creep. And personally, look, they're gonna hate me for saying it, but I think like the 2024 decks and the early 2025 decks, the way that they evolved was not healthy for the game.
Yeah,
I
no
think
duh.
Mitsu Ryziel was too annoying of a combo deck, and I think hits to Ryziel, and of course we'll get to Dormouse, hits to Malice, still very warranted. Still very warranted. These decks were still very strong in a very frustrating way. Okay, let's talk about Rosin. I get it.
He says Rosin too.
I get it. I get it. I'm frustrated by it. I'm frustrated by it. Am I, though? I don't know. Like, Canine Vanquish Soul did create some frustrating game states. Like, I just gotta be honest. That deck really could set up a crazy board. Oh, man. You know what? I gotta be honest. I'm a little bit biased. The boards that Canine Vanquish Soul could make when they saw their Vanquish Soul heavy hands was really strong and pretty frustrating. Canine Vanquish Soul is a very variance-heavy deck where it's like some games it's like they do nothing, and other games they just see this god hand where they blow you out of the water and they play on your turn. Like, I don't know. Vanquish Soul can.
And the difference between those two is if they see the Vanquish Soul cards or not. Like, if they only see the canines, they do nothing. If they see the Vanquish Soul cards, they do everything.
Do a lot on your first turn. And I get that I like turn 0 gameplay, but there were times where it felt very, very frustrating. But that was good sometimes, but other times it was like, oh my god, this deck feels like an insurmountable force. Like, I kind of get it. I get why they limited Ruxin. This card was really, really frustratingly strong. Lacrima's back. Makes sense. They fixed the time rules. Link Haribo. I've sort of always had the take that Link Haribo was only good in the context of Snake Eye being insane. Link Haribo was an ancillary hit to try and weaken the Snake Eye cards without actually hitting them. Link Haribo's fine. Sorry, Link Haribo's totally okay. And it is a Yummy Ghoul buff. I am biased. I don't care. I get Link Haribo back! Woohoo!
It's a huge Yummy
I love
Ghoul
Link
buff.
Haribo!
Right?
Dinos
It's
get their
an
one-card combo
enormous-
again. Like, this is huge. Link Haribo being back is a big deal. I like this card a lot. Summon Sorceress is kind of scary still. Even with the errata, like, it still summons from deck. I don't know. I don't know. It's probably fine, right? Maybe it's just like a niche little extender that is going to cause some decks to have some different options to weave through combos. It's like Summon Sorceress with its errata is one of those cards where it's nice for decks to be able to have to bridge to stuff, you know? I don't know too much about what it can do post errata, but it just seems like a card that some decks are going to be able to utilize for cute combos, which is neat. Arclight at 1. I don't know how I feel about this, actually. I feel like Arclight should have been banned, I feel. It should be at 0. It's just...
I'm
I
down.
don't know. I guess it's nice that they can't go like once you hit the first Arclight, them being able to go into the second one was a big deal, but it still is gonna be on the end board. You know what I mean? It's still gonna be a card that sits on the end board, makes it so you have to out it and you can't put cards in the grave. And I hate cards like that. I guess it's nice that when you out the first one, then you can continue to play, but you still have to go through the part of outing the first one before you can play like a graveyard strategy. And that's frustrating. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't really like it. Wish they would have banned it, but whatever. It's better. It's better than it being at 2 in people's decks. I hated when they would be they would do the combo where they would use the first one and immediately go to a second one throughout the ways of you playing through their turn. It was just very frustrating. So it's better than it being unrestricted. So I'll take it. Zodiac Trident, it's back. I guess if you want to play Zoo, have fun. Okay. Thank God. Thank God that they hit this Crystron deck.
Really?
That might seem bizarre of me to say, but this Crystron deck was unbelievable. I'm just happy that they hit it in some way. I don't know how much of a hit this is going to be, but it's at least they hit the Crystron deck in some way. Like, it needed to happen. This
Really?
is really, really good. Plus, like, it kills it. This at 1 kills
It's
the deck? I
negate
doubt
slop.
that kills the deck. I'm just happy they hit it. Obedient School at 1.
Could be at
Good.
0.
I don't
Could be
know
at 0.
what the difference between 1 and 0 is for this, but
Rust.
I mean, obviously it's just like ashing it matters now. Yeah, you know what? That is the biggest thing. Thank you, chat. When you
Sure.
hit the Obedient Schooled, that matters, and I appreciate that now. I appreciate that they have it as a 1-of, so it's a strong card, it's a strong extender, but now when you ash the Obedient Schooled and they have the second one, you don't feel like you just insta-lost the game, so I think this is good. Impulse is a little more relevant too, right? You get Impulse Obedient School too, thank God. So it makes Impulse decks a little bit better if you have a deck that can play Impulse, that's good. Stake Your Soul, whoa! I kind of saw this down the list,
Yeah,
but wow, they really did want to hit this Vanquish Soul deck, huh?
Holy
Vanquish Soul Canine
moly.
is dead for sure. I don't know if it's dead.
No, you can play
I don't know
Rescue
if
Ace
it's
Fire
dead.
Attacker.
Yeah, Raisin and Stake Your Soul at 1 is rough. Yeah. Okay. And then interesting. Solemn Judgment at 1. I think I get it because this is a side deck.
Pluton,
right?
my
The
goat.
Solemns
Pluton
are
back.
Very, very strong cards.
Pluton back.
Just because the side deck exists. And Solemn was kind of getting to the point where it would just be a
Yeah.
warning. They make me
How
lose,
does
so.
he talk for 25 more
I
minutes?
love the limits first. I like the Snake Eye. I like the card for him. I think it's going to be Paradise Smasher, and I don't know. But I love the limits. I should talk about what I like so far before I'm potentially...
Oh, damn it. He's going back before he gets to the bans.
Situation. Did buy the deck at the start. I was one. Okay, here we go. I knew it was going to happen at some point.
Moon.
I was one ban list off.
Now no one can go into the Fiendsmith except for anyone who can make
I knew
a
it was gonna
3
happen.
or a 4.
I told y'all it was gonna happen. Oh my god. Ugh. People need to listen to me more. Everybody knew? No. Oh wait, were you talking about Paradise? Okay. But look, I knew Moon was gonna be the Fiendsmith hit. I knew they were gonna hit it at some point. I know it's late. I know Fiendsmith hasn't seen a lot of competitive success. But the ubiquity of the cards is something that does just frustrate the design team. Exotown Knight to the Moon.
Yeah,
Ryziel was hit too much. Like, the consistency of Ryziel is hit way too much for Fiendsmith Ryziel to be anything that comes back into competitive success. Like, I just, nah.
Are there any
I-
6s or 7s
Sure,
that
I mean,
can make it now?
If you want to play a rank 4 pile that also bridges to Fiendsmith,
I think
then yeah, you have
number
Exoton as something available.
41,
But I just don't
number
think that matters. I think Moon being
21,
the
number
ban was just way
93.
too important.
I'll
The
make
ubiquity of
it.
cards was just annoying. I don't know. Even with them not being that competitively represented, Zodiac Ryziel, maybe. I don't know. I haven't played the Zoo cards or cried about the Zoo cards in a long time, so maybe somebody that has been messing around with them can say if like the Zodiac Ryziel stuff is going to be good. I mean, you can't really do Fiendsmith anymore. I mean, well, I guess you can. Maybe like Zodiac Fiendsmith Ryziel or something. Who knows? Mitsu Fiendsmith. Yeah, I'm happy like that's not. Well, I guess you can make Exoton with the Mitsurugi card still. I don't know. Moon being gone, I get it. Splash Mage.
2 shouldn't equal
Death
3.
to all Cybers combo, and this is a huge part of that. Thank God. Thank God. Like death
2
to
should
Cybers
not
cards.
equal 3.
Seriously. Like
2
oh
should
my
not
God.
equal 3.
The Malice cards are just ridiculous. It just all the Cybers combo slop. It's never fun. It's all gotta go. Like, yeah, get this out of here. King of the Feral Imps. Good. Die. 2 4s should not be full Mitsurugi combo. And then of course, Paradise Smasher. Rip Bozo. Die. You're banning Paradise. Why Murder VS? Paradise was made in so many decks outside of Vanquish Soul. There are some
like
things on here
Memento
that I am very
and
frustrated about that aren't on here. Of course, first and foremost thing that is going to annoy the piss out of me is no Droll, but Droll has mostly been finding its way out of the format anyway. And I think with the Ryziel hits, Droll will be played even less because like Ryziel just hurt more. And like the old decks were the stuff that you played Droll against. But like I don't like that it's not on here. I still think Droll promotes just very frustrating gameplay. I would have liked to have seen it get hit, but
Crystron,
you know,
that's a Vanquish
the way
Soul
these
deck.
hits line up,
Or a
it
K9
makes sense
deck.
that I think Droll is going to be played even less, so I get them not hitting it.
And they hit
What else am I
it.
upset about? I am very upset about Artifact Mjolnir. I think that was a huge miss. A lot of people have been playing that, and it's just really it's gonna come up more this morning. There's no Paradise Smasher. You're gonna see Mjolnir. I think that just sucks. Like too many of these cards are gonna like they just dodge like they dodge the gaps in what the Banlist team sees. Very frustrating. So I guess we'll have to plan for Mjolnir lock now, which the Bystials can hit that. You know, Crow can hit that. I don't know. We'll just see how the direction of it goes. But that combo is way worse and very fragile. But it's the same issue where it's like the combo is fragile, but you still have to draw the cards that like out the combo. You know, you have to draw interruption for your opponent's turn. It just invalidates the idea of a full board breaker deck as a strategy, you know? The combos like Mjolnir and the Kunkery Princess thing, like, they have to be willing to hit more cards like that. And they didn't, unfortunately. They might have missed it, honestly. I think Charlie Futch was seen resolving the Mjolnir combo at a regional. I don't know how much the Mjolnir combo has been seeing, like, competitive representation in terms of, like, top cuts. He won Rosemont doing Mjolnir. Well, yeah, there you go. See, like, it's like, already, it's been, like, winning regionals and stuff. Maybe only one, but still, I think that's a problem, right? If Charlie Futch won a Rosemont regional, which is a pretty big regional, if I remember, and the way that those games were going was by resolving Mjolnir, then already, like, that regional was a problem. You know, that regional was a bad experience for a lot of the people that played those games. That sucks, you know? But whatever. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, because I know the decks that were doing that were, like, K9 Vanquish Soul, Crystron, Memento. You know, 2 of those 3 decks got hit pretty bad on this list. So I'm sad about no Mjolnir or Kunkery. I'm sad about no Mermail hits, but I guess Mermail's not really been seeing that much.
It's a doo-doo deck
I'm
for
also kind of
poo-poo
sad about no
babies.
Memento hits. I think that deck is really frustrating, but that's just a personal thing. No Baguska on here is also kind of a pain in the ass. Lancia's still legal. Lancia's gonna just with these.
Okay. I mean, you know, it's crazy that of the ones we watched today, Peeps's was the most informed.